The delivery guy got this to me too fast and too furiously, judging by the shape of the box, but that's not why we're here. LEGO Speed Champions started making movie-based vehicles in the form of last year's 007 Aston Martin DB5 and Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger RT, and now the third set of this so-called movie cars sub-theme is the iconic Nissan Skyline GT-R from the Too Fast, Too Furious movie. The highlight of the set is obviously the Skyline. I'll come out and say it, I'm not a car guy myself, and looking at this one I can see the outdated look it has due to its manufacturing year. It is, however, a brilliantly designed LEGO model, and as I'm a strong advocate for building experience above final looks when it comes down to how I rate a LEGO set, this one seriously impressed me by the ingenious solutions and building techniques it used. Seriously. Now, before going too much into that, the car does look great in the end. It is the first one I built in the 8 studs wide scale, which makes the cars look much more believable when compared to the old 6 studs wide scale. As most Speed Champion sets do, this one has a lot of stickers, 22 in total, which does add a lot of needed detail, but it is a pain to place, especially in such a relatively small set. There's still a few prints though, like the GT-R plate in the front, the driver's seat slope inside, and for the first time ever, printed wheel arches that this set has too, which are actually mirrored. There's also a new element, the 6-spoke wheel trim in a metallic silver color, and I'd like to highlight 2 others that felt new to me even though they've been around for a while. This 6 studs wide windscreen and a new type of wheel element that has both tire and rim in a single element, as opposed to the regular type of LEGO wheels you'll see in cars with separate rim and tires. It's really hard to notice, but the car has a slight angle to it where it's leaning forward a bit, and underneath you'll find some transparent elements to represent the neon lights the car has in the movie. The front of the car looks really good, even though it was achieved with a lot of stickers that were particularly hard to place in the wall elements here. Removing the windscreen lets us access the interior of the car with a steering wheel to the right since the car is Japanese, and to the left 3 NOS bottles with a funny part usage with the flowers for the bottle caps, and there's a bunch of different gauges made with stickers. There's a bit of room in the back, though you can't really access it unless you take out some of the parts, and through the back windshield you can even see part of the car's roll cage. The back is also seriously impressive. There was a very smart choice of elements used to give the car the different sized taillights, and the way the whole back was built was a joy to put together. Lots of different studs, not on top techniques used to achieve the end result, made it for a super satisfying build, but the best was saved for the front of the car, where this very weird looking build done with gun elements, clips, and the grey Nexonite shield elements clip to the car while staying in place by pushing against the triangular tiles on the sides here, covered by a simple build for a great end result. Not perfect, as we can see these gap lines from above, but that can be somewhat overlooked, I feel. Building this Speed Champion set has been one of the top, most enjoyable building experiences I've had in a few months. I am under the impression that most Speed Champions will have a similar amount of care towards building techniques, so I'll probably be paying close attention to the theme from now on. What made the car popular in the franchise was also his driver, Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker, who unfortunately died from a car accident. It is, however, a cool homage to him, having been made in minifigure form, and this one matches the outfit he wore in the opening scene from the Too Fast, Too Furious movie: white wrinkled t-shirt and grey pants. The arms are dual molded, meaning they're done with 2 different colored plastic types, not printed, which is a harder process to do, and the head features a single print, Brian's iconic smirk face. As most minifigures in Speed Champion sets do, he also comes with a wrench, so that you have a way of taking out the rims from the tires, or at least that's what I always felt these were for. The set has 319 pieces and will retail for $25, which is, in my eyes, a very decent deal. You'll get an amazing building experience out of it, not counting the sticker placements. If you're a fan of the movie, the car, or the character, you'll be really happy with getting it, and for me the only real downside is that I don't find the car particularly great looking when compared to other Speed Champions models, like the movie versions of the Aston Martin or Dom's Charger. Drive safe on your way to get this set from January 1st, or use the links below to order online and support the channel.